Live on a Wednesday night.
Wednesday. Welcome back to another Alex the Car Doctor live.
Listen, it's a nice little crisp Wednesday evening, and we all got the sniffles, y'all. I don't know what is going around down here in Georgia.
Something going around.
Yeah,
Love
for sure.
weather. Ooh.
Not if I'm coughing and hacking though.
Yeah,
You don't want my germs.
I'll take them.
Anyway, we missed you guys on Sunday because a certain baby girl in our house had turned 2, and we had a little party, and it was like no way we was gonna make it out here.
Yeah.
And
I had a long day. We came back from Alabama.
Yeah, we spent the weekend in Talladega, Alabama. Drove home. Alex barbecued. Had the baby a birthday party. And we was tired. I was like, I'm going to miss them this Sunday. So we bringing a Q&A from Sunday to a Wednesday night.
No
Q&A. Topic for you guys tonight. We just connecting with y'all.
Yes, we miss y'all.
Big Chuck's Barbecue. What's up, y'all?
That's my guy right there. I get hungry every time I
Man, I had some barbecue today. It was decent, but I wasn't. Maybe because I don't feel good.
Probably because you didn't feel good. I enjoyed it. It was
I'm saying. Chico Fleetwood says, "Hey guys,
Chico, what's happening, buddy?
Thinker outside the box. Hey fam, happy Wednesday. Yes, it is Hump Day.
Yes,
he said happy belated birthday to her.
Through the week already.
Yeah, we are. How about October is finna be over?
Jeez.
How about that? How about it's about to be Thanksgiving in a minute?
Almost cruise day.
He says happy belated birthday to her. You know what? I don't know if we're getting too old because we only 35. But we've been having children since we was 19.
But I used to can be able to handle.
We used to could keep up with a toddler, but this one right here,
this girl off the chain.
I don't know. Is she a new breed or we just getting old? I don't know.
Getting old and tired. That's what it is.
Travesty Inc. says, "Hey, how y'all doing tonight, Mr. and Mrs. Carter? Shout out from
I'm tired.
We're a little tired.
Canada. Oh yeah, I need to come up there."
Dan said, "Hey, it's the good doctor."
That's what's happening, Dan?
Luis Castellano says, "Looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. You coming tomorrow? Make sure. Let me look at my appointment book. Hold on. Let me see
what he's getting.
Let's see what you coming in for, Luis. Let me see.
You're not even logged in.
You got to look at it. You know that technology got your eyesight." Mike P says, "Good evening."
Mike P, what's happening, buddy?
He said, "Live on a Tuesday." Wait a minute now, because I'm already mixing my day. Today Tuesday or Wednesday?
No, ain't no Tuesday. Wait a minute.
Look at my. It's Wednesday. You need to catch up. You better catch up. I'm about to say, hold up. It's Tuesday?
You had me confused.
Say, yo, how y'all doing? Royce in the house. Colonel Buckshot, good evening, kings and queens.
That's my guy right there.
Look, okay, he said, "Oh man, it's Wednesday. What's good, y'all?" I'm finna say now. I'm already tripping. I'm delirious. But we went out to Talladega, Alabama this weekend and stayed at a nice little cottage. No, it was nice on Coosa River.
They didn't have no TV.
But they ain't had no TV. I was like, oh wow,
having a toddler with no TV, man, that girl.
I was like, how Airbnb ain't got no TV,
when
man?
I went in there, I had to remove all the little breakable stuff.
Oh, we do that anyway. Every time we stay somewhere, we put all they breakables away.
You looking for Louise?
I was, but whatever. I'll see you tomorrow, Louise.
Yes, we'll see you then.
All right, let me see that. Hi, John. Say, what's up, y'all? Hope
what's
all
going
is well.
On, John?
And then we got Alex. He's a special. His name Alex too. Say, God bless, bro.
Thank you, brother. Same to you.
All right. Dan's learning curve says, really like how you reduced the lady's car bill from $2,500 to $600. Had to, you know.
Yeah, that was ridiculous, and they didn't even tell her the stuff that she actually needed. It's kind of made me mad. That reminded me of a situation today. The lady came in. Well, the car been there. She thought she needed a timing chain for a Subaru, and the car been down for about a month or so. And some guy told her, "Yeah, definitely need a timing chain. I'm absolutely 100% sure." That timing chain ain't cheap for that particular car. She would have spent upward of $3,000 some dollars.
Yeah, we still gonna shoot a video on it because I had left by the time he figured that out.
Yeah, so y'all stay tuned for that one. It's an interesting one.
Oh, okay. I like that name. Say, what up? Found you on the reels.
No, nice.
I be trying to keep y'all going, keep y'all coming. White says, hey, bro, you are my favorite. Good morning from India. That's
India.
what's up.
Man.
It's morning time over there.
Interesting.
Dang, y'all
Dang,
waking up and we getting ready to go to bed.
Yes.
Ain't that something? Mike P said, hey, Doc, I changed the valve cover gaskets on my Pentastar. Are there torque specs for the cam sensor bolt, PCV valve, and VVT sensor bolts?
Yeah, reach out to me on Instagram and I'll send you the torque specs. I can't think of them off the top of my head. My brain is shut down halfway.
Gotcha. Look,
yeah,
right.
I'll be glad to send you those torque specs.
He says, I have a transmission flush for 06 Toyota Avalon. We must be doing a drain and fill on it.
I wouldn't flush that transmission,
yeah,
especially even if you have good history on it. Flushing transmissions, it's a little iffy. I don't recommend that.
He coming tomorrow.
We're doing a drain and fill.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I about to say, you try to do a flush. I don't know.
You talked to
flush. Shan probably did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I only drain and fill. That's the safest way to do it.
Brandon says 2000 Sonoma 4-cylinder automatic. Is it normal for the RPMs to go up and down at lower speeds or cruise control? Usually 25 to 35 miles per hour.
2000 Sonoma. It shouldn't be going up and down. Yeah, that's a little weird. It should stay pretty steady.
All right.
Yeah.
He been working on that Sonoma now. That thing gonna be brand new by the time you get done with it, Brighton. Mike P says, hey Doc, I changed. Oh, my bad. I already read it.
Yeah.
Alex says, I have tick tick in my Dodge Journey. It had salvage title, 2017, 120,000 miles. I'm going to attempt the repair.
Hey, you got it. You got this.
Listen, we got like 6 videos on the channel with a tutorial how to fix those ticks.
My latest tutorial is the best if you're just trying to do because my first tutorial was
the long way.
Yes, the long way without the tool.
Taking off the front cover.
Yeah, taking off the front cover. But I did that for several reasons, to just show the process if for some reason you had to take off the front cover. But I never do that. Never take off the front cover when I'm doing the lifters and rockers. I always use the tool. So you'll be golden if you follow along my video. It's pretty good, I think.
You can do it. You can do it. Dan says, hey, y'all go and hit that like button.
Appreciate that, Dan.
It's sitting at 6. That's right. That's right.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it.
I love Dan.
Chico says, I was given a 2014 Dodge Dart, and of course, the lifter failure and oil pump out. Should I get rid of it? Yes.
The Dart, they only come with the 4-cylinder. So, yeah, something else is going on with that.
But they have vacuum pump problems.
Vacuum pump, they go out and destroy the engine.
Yeah, I would get rid of it.
Yeah,
but he said somebody gave it to him though. So would you? I don't know. I ain't never heard nothing good about a Dodge Dart.
Look, our Dart we bought for $300, and
we use it to push other cars around.
I beat on it.
The engine run good for now.
It gets abused. I'm gonna give y'all a short on my pusher car.
On pusher car.
It got some more dents in it.
Call it Pusher T. That's what we call it. Lincoln A says, do you know the torque specs for inner outer tie rod 2014 Dodge Charger rear wheel drive?
The torque specs for the tie rod ends, I've never torqued them. I just give it a nice little good and tight German torque spec.
Good and tight.
Yes.
Good and tight.
Yeah, because throughout my whole history, I've never torqued the I can't think of it right now. The lock nut, I normally just tighten it down real good. Now the ball section where the swivel part, yes, I would torque that down. Better safe than sorry. I can look it up. If you reach out to me on Instagram, just shoot me the year, make it, and I'll look it up for you.
Roy says, Acura TL question, RPM shuttering at 5.5 RPM. Every time VTEC arm actuator code came up, 242,000 miles.
Sheesh.
Isn't that inside the engine?
No. The VTEC, you may have a solenoid issue. Sometimes those screens will get stopped up. and the solenoid have issues, what I would do, make sure it's not leaking. Let's see. RPM shutters every time VTEC arm. The arm is inside the valve cover. You just remove the valve cover and you can see it, but it's not controlled. Most likely you have a VTEC, something going on with the solenoids or something like that. Because I've never had any arm issues. Not saying that you can't, but I work a lot with these VTEC engines, and especially the TLs, and I've never had to replace the mechanical section of the ordeal. And they have many miles than that. It's normally just a VTEC solenoid or oiling issue or something along that line.
M. Reynolds, thank you so much for the super chat.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate you.
I really appreciate that, Mr. Reynolds.
He says, thanks for answering my Instagram question.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He was asking about what
Dodge Journey struts. Says, does a 2015 Journey need a fuel system service? I have never had issues with it.
I would always tell people the modern day engine is very dirty. I like to sell fuel induction services at my shop. I will go as far as putting a little bit of seafoam or whatever oil flush stuff that you're familiar with, and clean all the carbon buildup out that engine. Depending on which engine you have, I'm not sure if you have the 4-cylinder or the 6, but especially if you have the 6, it will lower the risk of lifter tick. Because from my experience, it's always the passenger side that start ticking first, and then it makes its way to the driver's side. I'm guessing by throwing metal through the system. It's always the passenger side. I see, my theory, I don't know if this is true or not, but the crankcase ventilation get pulled up through the passenger side, bringing carbon bits and debris in those fine ball bearings and probably wearing them out a lot faster. So that's my theory.
I will say this. I know a Dodge Journey that got 200-some thousand miles. Yeah. Lifters never ticked.
Yeah, it ticked one time. It went away.
Oh, Lord. I don't know. Well, if you say that, and we already seen what a tick away means.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
David Singleton in the house. Good to see you again, David. I got my 92 Lexus ES300 running great. Thanks for your advice. Been watching y'all for a few years.
I appreciate that. What did I tell me? When is something electrical?
I don't know, but I remember we had a David party because everybody come in name was David that day.
I remember that day.
And I remember,
guys, I apologize. My nose, it's like when I get ready to go to sleep at night, when I start shutting out, my nose start running and doing funny
stuff. Don't feel good. That's what it is.
Man,
my toddler looked, she laid next to me, looked right at me and said, I was like, oh God, I'm going to be sick. It's all good. It comes with parenting. That's what I like to say. Royce 300 says Sonoma might have to be higher in speed to set CC, but I think my ride does that too. When I'm going against gravity, like up on a hill. He's dropping some knowledge on Brighton.
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm not too familiar.
Alex says, what program is that you're using for comment to pop up like that? That's cool. I'm using StreamYard. They have a I can only host on Facebook and YouTube, but they have a do you hear babies?
Yeah, something.
Uh-oh. You might want to go out there.
Yeah, let me take a peek.
We hear a kid that we're not supposed to hear, so I don't know. Maybe she's talking out the window. But anyway, we use StreamYard. It's an online thing that you could use and then pay for. But they have a free version. But because we're taking it serious about getting online and communicating with you guys, I just pay for the version. I honestly don't know what it costs. It's not expensive, though. But yeah, StreamYard is what I use. I've tried several other programs.
This is by far the best.
This is the best. What was that?
I don't know. I'm probably trying to walk out the door or something.
Oh, okay. Is everything good? Okay, cool. Lauren Denise says 2007 Nissan Altima cuts off when I push the brake and put it in drive in reverse, but runs fine in park.
Cuts off when you...
She put it in drive or reverse, it cuts off.
I hope you're not having transmission issues. It could be stalling itself out something may be going on with the transmission. It's acting like a manual. When you pop the clutch too fast and while it's in gear, it stalls out. But this is not a manual, it's automatic with the CVT. And you have like the first generation of the CVT when it first came out. And that's most likely, it was not most likely, it was very problematic, especially the first gens. My guess is CVT issues. I'm not there with the vehicle. I need some more information. Do you have a check engine light?
She put it in park. It's park. It's running.
Yeah, it's gonna run.
Put it in reverse.
It'll stall.
But don't those Nissans have something going on in the shifter? You know what I'm talking about?
Not that particular one. I know Dodge had little shifter issues.
I remember a long time ago you did an Altima. Well, no, maybe she couldn't take it out of park or something weird like that. Now that's a new one. Listen, man, don't be up in here yawning and stuff. You're gonna make me tired.
I'm going through the night.
I'm telling you, me too. Miss Lauren,
give me some more information. Let me know if you have any lights on.
Any lights on? Let me know where it quick. I'll drop down to the bottom and grab you. Michael says, took the engine out of my 07 Subi and now it don't crank. Didn't crank over when it was in it. Either. I'm out of solutions.
You took the engine out of your 07 Subaru.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And now it don't crank. Well, I know this may be silly, but did you put the engine back in it? Oh, now let's be serious.
No, it don't crank. Ground issues?
Yeah, it could be some wiring issues. Reach out to me on Instagram. I would love to walk you through some steps with this problem. I'm gonna need some more details from you, but we definitely can get through this together. I definitely can help you figure this out. I spent a good amount of time at Subaru, and I knew Subaru was in and out. It's actually my first car I ever took heads off was a 92, 93 Legacy. So I've been dealing with Subarus for a very long time, but we can get through this. Just reach out to me on Instagram and we'll go from there.
I know. Doesn't that, we're going to try to get a WhatsApp for you, because that way it's easy to, I don't know. We're going to see. We'll see.
We'll work it out.
K. Escobar says, 2008 Accord. After it rains, I go over a good sized puddle. I seem to lose power steering for like 10 seconds. I lose power steering and the battery light comes on. Any idea what it might be? What might be happening?
You could have some belt slippage issues going on, especially if you're losing power steering. I would start off with the basic maintenance items, which will be changing your belt and belt tensioner. You probably have a weak tensioner or a very dry belt that's not gripping onto the pulleys like it needs to be. So start there. That's one of those neglected things on those Accords. People never change the belts. I do believe they never changed the belt because it's like a special type of belt, and when you look at it, it looks fine, but it don't be. So start there
and see.
Yeah.
All right. Lincoln says, I never fixed a car, and I'm doing my tie rods the first time. I just want to do it right.
Oh yeah, I understand, buddy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
especially dealing with tie rods. You don't want to do nothing wrong there. Definitely reach out to me on Instagram so I can, share some knowledge with you. And I'm pretty sure by this time I'll be firing on all cylinders.
Man, you know what? NyQuil need to sponsor me, because I'm telling you, I got Vicks Vapor Rub. I got the little Vicks tissues. I got the doggone Vicks little cough drop. Them things are strong too. Just everything. I need to feel better, because I don't be firing on all cylinders either. But we trying to make it, and I hope y'all been enjoying all these videos that I've been putting up for y'all every single day.
On it, boy. Oh my God,
that's a lot of work.
Fire.
Chico says, I may start a series converting it to rear-wheel drive and change the engine out. First car I'd be working on besides my O2 Jeep Grand Cherokee. You should definitely.
Definitely. I'll follow along, Chico.
I'm finna see what your YouTube looking like right now. Okay, let me see what I can find.
We don't have our other screen pulled up.
I know, right? I know, right? What is it? Chico Fleetwood? I'm gonna be watching, if you want to be a concrete
concrete creator.
no. content creator.
Wow.
Go for it, man. You can do anything you want in this
Did you
world
find it?
and in this country. No, I gotta look at it because when I type it in, some Fleetwood Mac pop up, and I doubt that you part of that group. So I'm gonna find you now.
We're gonna be looking out for you.
Say, yes, sir. It's 5:35 a.m. in the morning. I'm going for a run. Take care. Have a good night.
Wow,
That's what I'm talking
that's
about.
Cool.
I could say I'm gonna get up at 5, but I ain't gonna do it. No. I tried already.
Let me go blow my nose.
Okay. Hurry up, man. You can't be interrupting the live stream. I'm telling you, we do not feel well, okay? But we working. We have to still get up and go to work. And we still have to be parents. So it don't stop because you don't feel well, unfortunately.
Much better.
Luis Sanchez says, hey, Alex, I have a 6.0 LS looking to do a boosted cam. Would that require a tune in order to run? My buddy has a stage 2 cam in his LT crate 5.3 with a tune, but I see it doesn't run properly.
Yes, anytime you do any alterations to your vehicle, whether that's cold air intake, exhaust, a lot of people think they can just slap that stuff on. With those minor things, yes, the car still run, but you'll be losing power. When it comes to cams, you definitely have to get that tuned. You just won't get the power it needs. Now, you said boosted cam. Are you running a turbo? Because they have like turbo cams. Is that what you're referring to? I'm pretty sure of it. They have like turbo cams that's specifically for turbo application engines. But yes, you can run a turbo cam in a car and it'll be fine. But normally what people would do, they would get the cam that's suited to whatever their needs are, whether that's more up high power or you want more down low power. It just depends on where you want your power at. And camshafts really bring out that aspect of your engine, not only giving you power, but it can put the power band where you want it, depending on what you're doing.
Okay. Oh, before I go on to the next comment, okay, you guys, do like this. Boop! That like button, okay? Whether it's on Facebook or it's on YouTube. Support us by hitting the like button. I guess the more you hit it, the more the robot behind that's running YouTube will boost the lives, get more people on, make us a little bit more popular.
I don't want to be popular.
Not in public, but on the internet, it's fine. It's fine. All right. Dan says, I think I figured out my oil pressure issue on my 58 Plymouth. Intake push rod missing on cylinder 8. I believe the lifter is out and allowing too much oil leaking in the engine.
Yeah, I seen that video.
We be watching you, Dan. Yeah, we be watching you.
It's very interesting stuff. And I was like, dang, why I didn't think of that? I wasn't thinking. I bet it was if I was working on it in person, I would have thought of that.
Awesome. I'm glad. I'm happy to see you keep
grinding, keep pushing forward.
Keep putting it up there. Lincoln says, your IG name the same as your YouTube?
Yes, sir.
It's Alex the Car Doctor on every platform. The same little picture. Alex the Car Doctor.
Somebody says so. People crazy, man. It's like my wife responded like, yes, he does.
Oh, that was a little bit inappropriate.
Yeah, that was so silly.
Okay.
Crazy.
Jamel Love says, what up, Alex and Sean? Hey.
Hey, Jamel. How are you?
Buddy Love. How you doing? We making it. All right. Roy says, oh, that's dope. Appreciate the arm actuator info. I'll look into the solenoid and maybe cleaning up the oil leaks around the bay.
Yeah.
Maybe the wires got messed up from some oil. Torque spec for the tie is 38. 38, maybe he telling.
Tie rod in. Okay, great. Thank you. 38 man. What? Foot pounds, inch pounds. Specify for, so we won't get confused.
Says, would you buy a 2002 Show Me Suburban with 300,000?
In a heartbeat. I wanted this. It's in the shop today.
No.
It's a Chevy Suburban, O2 Chevy Suburban.
Bringing it up.
It's a 2500.
It's not going to change my mind.
They're so rare.
I don't want
2500 Chevy Suburban.
Nope.
4-wheel drive. It's a beast.
It's ugly.
You just don't like the color.
I don't want it.
Something is in my eye.
Some in your eyes, just out here po thing.
Yeah, I know.
He always trying to buy something, but yes,
I'm going to the house and get me a bill. That'll make everything.
That'll of course you do, of course. That's a good truck still with that many miles on it.
I've seen those truck with 600 still purring like a kitten. Now the only thing you have to watch out for on those trucks are the 4L60 transmissions. If it's a 1500. Now if it's the 2500, you got yourself a winner. That transmission ain't going nowhere. It's got the 4L80. That's the difference. 4L80 and probably the rear end and the lug pattern and all that stuff. It's not a big difference.
Jamel says, Alex, how much would you charge me to rebuild my engine on my 03 Nissan Maxima?
I don't rebuild for customers. Now I do have a low mileage Nissan Maximum engine for your car that I can sell you.
You do?
Yeah. I've been trying to buy a car that I can put it in, but I haven't came across nothing yet.
I never knew.
Yes, the Mac. Remember we bought that Altima, the 3.5 Altima?
Yeah.
And
the reason why we don't rebuild engines for the public because it's time consuming, and Alex is always being pulled 30 different directions.
And when you're rebuilding the engine, it needs 100% of your focus that I just don't have. I'd rather spend my free time on my own engines that I have to rebuild. So that's why sometimes you'll see me rebuilding engines and opening up things. And on rare occasions, I pick a particular customer because he done got on my nerves.
We ain't doing no more.
Like, please, let this customer.
They be begging like James Brown. Please.
Like, dude, just go find somebody else.
It ain't nobody else, man. What part of that don't you understand?
Like, I guess.
Nah, for real though. I'm sorry. Ben Jarvis says 2015 Chevy Tahoe 5.3 engine shakes at idle, showing misfire on cylinder number 5. Changed plug, swapped coil, wire, and it still shows the misfire on number 5. No ticking noise.
All right, what you need to do is do a compression check. Check that compression. I've seen you could possibly have a burnt valve if the compression is low. You still can have lifter failure. Something still could be going on with the lifter. That's not a DOD cylinder, if I remember correctly, cylinder number 5. But that doesn't mean the lifter still don't get chewed up in weird ways. And I've seen them not tick and still have lifter issues. So step number 1, compression check. Step number 2, pull your valve cover and crank the thing up. I think I showed it in one of my videos. I'm always doing it. Pull the valve cover and crank it up, and it'll run just fine off of 4 cylinders. And observe the rockers, making sure the rockers are moving all in, not all the same. Meaning observe, not sequence because they're not going to move together, but observe one rocker and try to catch it with your eye. It's going to be moving very fast, but try to catch the pattern. Like, okay, it's going all the way down, stopping right here and coming back up, and make sure all of them is looking like that. If you don't want to do that, you can check for play on each one. They shouldn't have no play, excessive play. They'll have just a teensy bit. It's normal most cases, but they shouldn't be excessive. But start there. Let me know. Reach out to me. Let me know how that turned out.
Gotcha, Ben. Jonathan Price says could be her neutral safety switch. That's what I was trying to say for Lauren Denise, who Altima won't, Yeah,
it cuts off.
Yeah,
but I've never seen an Altima cut off due to a bad neutral safety switch. I haven't ran into that issue. Now, it's possible, gonna be new. But that's why I was saying, I need more information from her because it'll throw a code. It'll have some type of code.
Lincoln says, "Thanks, mate. I see you I sent you that inbox on IG. Whenever you get to it, you rock."
I'll probably get around to you tomorrow.
Mikhail, I think I said that right. Mikhail. What's your opinion on the first generation Lexus IS 300s?
It's a Toyota.
It's gonna treat you right if you treat it right.
Yeah. Guys, I have nothing really bad to say about the Toyota, to be honest with you. All my experiences with Lexus, Toyota, it's been great experiences. The only bad experience I have with one of the Toyota lineups, one of the engines is the 2.4. They've been known to give little weird issues, mainly head bolts. I've done a timing chain on one, but we're talking about rare, very few in between. They're known, if you ever try to tackle a head job on one, they're known for the head bolts to break off in there, head bolt strip. Normally when the 2.4 come in with a head gasket problem, or anything for that matter, going forward in my shop, I always just say you need an engine, because you can run into so many issues, especially on the 2.4. But I just had to throw that out there because a lot of people say, oh, you never have nothing bad to say. I'm like, well, that's that engine right there.
I mean,
still a great engine though.
Want me to make up something, man?
I tried to make up something. That was my attempt. It's probably very poor.
All right. Andres Barriaga. I hope I said that right. I think it's so cool how many lifter jobs you do. Do you always change the cams, or can you get away with leaving the old cam sometimes?
There is an occasion. Now you can do what you want to do with your own vehicle, but as a shop on the 3.6 Pentastars, the rocker will chew into the sides of the cam. Theoretically, you still can reuse that cam, but in my mind, in the future, what's going to happen, since the side profile has been chewed away, which the roller don't ride on the side profile, is there for support. And what'll end up happening, I think, in the future, is that metal in the center no longer has that side support, and it may mushroom out. But I don't take no chances when it comes to customer vehicles. I do it 100% right, because I don't want no problems, and I don't want to see you back in my shop. Mm-hmm. Only time I see customers back in my shop is probably due to parts failure. Mm-hmm. Very rarely a customer coming back due to faulty workmanship, which it happens sometimes. My guys will do stuff, and stuff will just get slide by me, and it's coming back because of something they did.
Right. We try to do finals after every car.
But I can't catch it all sometimes.
Looking to hire a guy at the first of the year. That's all he's going to do is final checkovers. Verify that the complaint itself was rectified. So, but yeah, sometimes you can on your car, but
you can on your car. Even JT said it, the dude that works at the dealership, and that's all he does is work on the Dodge and Chrysler Jeep lineup. And he was like, yeah, you can reuse them. It's fine. But in my head, I'm like, I'm not doing a customer like that. Mm-hmm. But, it's fine for your application because, hey, it's your car.
Blaze and Cyrus, what's up? Hey, y'all. Hey, good to see everyone. Blaze? Oh, good to be seen.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Andre Blake says, 2015 Nissan Sentra transmission is failing, but it's running. It's got 235,000 miles.
Wow, you got your money's worth out of that
right,
thing.
Marietta, Georgia. So you can't even be mad. You right up the road.
Yeah, you're not far from us. Wow.
Hey, you can't even be mad if you got that many miles on that Sentra. Yeah. Kudos to you.
And brother. I just had a Sentra, and I was parting it out, and everybody wanted the transmission, but that's the first thing they sold. I still have the engine. The engines don't go out.
Right? Yeah. Malik Massey says 2010 Chevrolet Camaro keeps getting stuck in reverse when shifting gears. I have to wiggle the knob until it eventually engages the park gear.
You may need a shift assembly. Probably some coke or debris done got down in there or something.
As in Coca-Cola.
That's what I mean.
You said Coke. Yeah. You can't just say that in today's time. Coca-Cola or some kind of drink, maybe condensation from your
or
drink.
Something that fell apart in your shifter assembly. I would just replace it for simplicity. Yes, you probably can go in and open it up, find somebody and clean it up, but it's just easier to go online and find a whole new shifter assembly and throw that thing in there. That's what it's going to end up boiling down to.
Emmanuel says Toyota trucks versus GMC truck. What to look for? First of all, even I know the answer to that. Toyota, baby. Okay. Said what to look for when buying a truck.
Okay, well,
Even though the GMCs are sexy.
Yes,
I ain't gonna lie.
they
They're
are
looking
nice.
good. They're looking good on the road.
But to answer your question, this goes for any vehicle. The things that I look for, I make sure the truck with the vehicle in question doesn't have cancer, meaning rust. Look up under there really well. Check it out. Just crawl under there, shine a light. Make sure you bring a light with you. Next, pop the hood. If it's super clean, like they just pressure washed it, like, wait a minute, this looked too good to be true. Most likely it is. They're probably trying to hide some leaks and cleaned it up prior to you coming out. Your engine bay should look kind of normal, like a little dust speckle here, maybe a leaf over here, or normal dust. It's okay to wipe everything down. You'll know if a car been pressure washed. It'll just look too good. Look out for things like that. Have yourself a scanner. Bring a scanner along with you. Plug that thing up to the OBD2 port and check for pending codes, because a vehicle can have pending codes and not have a check engine light on. Pending code just simply means, hey, there's an error that the computer is seeing in the system, and if this keeps failing up to 3 times, I'm going to throw the check engine light. Also, you check the IM monitors. Because what most car dealerships or most phony people would do prior to somebody coming out there, they would erase that check engine light. And what that would do, a normal person not going to be able to tell, but what that'll do is wipe the IM monitors, called IM monitors. It'll wipe it clear, and everything will read incomplete. And you'll have just 3 OKs, which they always get ready. The misfire monitors, the computer, and something else. But everything else will be reading incomplete. What you want to see is okay across the board. Okay. And some of stuff is going to be in A, meaning it's not applicable. I can't say it. Forget that.
Say it again. Applicable.
No, I'm not doing it.
Applicable. Look, applicable.
I don't know. I'm not about to embarrass myself.
I think it's cute.
I guess. So those are the things to go into without being long-winded. Hopefully that helps.
Well, you forgot, what is he buying the truck for?
Oh, yeah.
Is
I said without being long-winded. It seems like,
are you trying to pull
research.
something? Like, you need to make sure that truck has the tow capacity that you're looking for.
Price-wise.
I know for us, we were trying to pull this camper that we're currently sitting in. So whatever car we had to make sure that it could be able to pull this. Are you working in it? Are you buying it to just look good and get the ladies, or take your wife around? Like that, if you're using it for a work truck, what you're going to be hauling in the truck, those kind of things you want to ask yourself. And whatever Alice just said, because I
covered the mechanical.
Well, I zoned out a little bit. I started thinking about the soup in the house. I was going to
yeah, we need some soup.
Sucio says, hello, just tuning in after work. Alex, you ever done car audio install on a customer or personal vehicle?
No.
What do you mean car audio?
Like beat and things like that.
On yours?
That's for customers.
He said, or personal vehicle.
Oh. I didn't hear personal.
When I first met Alex, he had that 92 Subaru Legacy. He had that beat in the back. I was like, wow, he got a station wagon with some beat. That's crazy. My brother did
that for me. I didn't do that.
But
I know a little bit. I can get by. I can hook up systems, but I don't like doing it for customers.
Seem like in their family, they got a brother that does the mechanics, a brother that does the audio, and the other brother paint. So they each got something. You know what I'm saying? Rusted horsepower says, or a missing.
I like that rusted horsepower.
Says, or a missing lower engine cover, letting water puddles cause belt slippage. In answers to that, gentleman.
That would do it. I'm trying to remember. Did an 08 Honda have a underneath shield? I know it has a side one, and if it missing that side one, definitely. But to go completely out like that, because he said he lose the alternator light come on. That means the alternator is completely stopping to make that battery light come on like that. So it's slipping really bad.
But good input. We appreciate it. It be some text in the comments too, guys.
Yeah, that's something to look out for. It must be running into puddles of oil or something.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to come down here and grab her. She said, yes, check engine light is on that 07 Nissan. Not sure what the code is reading.
Okay, so we're going to need to get you a scanner.
Or get it scanned. Go take it to AutoZone.
But it appears that you is our lady, Denise?
Yes.
Or are you
Denise.
a dude using your lady's profile?
It don't matter.
It don't matter. I'm just making jokes.
But we get that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every car owner, guys, should have their own scanner. Yes, you can go to AutoZone and get it scanned for free. But some situations where you're not around the AutoZone and something just came on and your car's starting to act funny, and like, hey, I got a scanner because Alex, the car doctor, told me to get a scanner. You reach in that glove box,
$25-$30.
Reach in that glove box, plug that thing up, read out your code, take it into a shop, and if the shop is trying to sell you something that doesn't sound nothing like that code, or telling you, hey, you got P0017 code, and you're like, wait a minute, I just pulled my code, and my code is P0420, dealing with the exhaust system. So where are you getting timing codes from? Take it to another shop. I'm like, no, you know what? Just give me my keys. I'm going somewhere else.
But in the same breath, as a service writer, I must say, don't pull them codes talking about you don't need no diagnostic. Yes, you do.
Yeah,
yes, you
definitely.
do. You still do. But if Lauren, if you don't feel like doing all that, honey, go to the nearest AutoZone. Let them pull the code for free for you. Now, it may not diagnose it, but it'll at least point you in the right direction of what could be going wrong with it. Then once you pull the code, message Alex on Instagram, and he will try to help you from there.
Better guide you for sure.
And I'm sorry that it took me a long time to scroll to the bottom and get you, boo. I do apologize. All right. Wyland. It says, my 06 Buick LaCrosse 3.8 is showing a low voltage to map sensor code and shifts rough, dies when idling. Any ideas? I already put new spark plugs and wires.
It sounds like low voltage code. You're having some type of wiring issue. Sometimes those Buick LaCrosse have motor mount issues. And if not addressed, it can really yank on the harness and cause stress on that harness and break the wire inside the insulation. So if you look at the wire, be like, oh, it looks good. But no, sometimes it'll be broken inside the insulation. What I would do if I was you, I'm not sure where you're at in the U.S. or if you're even in the U.S., you need to have that thing properly diagnosed. Because this seems like an electrical problem that somebody gonna have to break out a wire schematic and really look things over. Because these 3800 LaCrosses, they've been known to have those type of issues because everything is located outside the vehicle, meaning the computer and everything. So my guess is electrical.
My baby got the sniffles. Look at you. I'm gonna get you some soup. You gonna
man,
feel
this happens at night. I be fine during the day, man.
Dan says, can't break loose my crank bolt on my 03 Forester. Had it out before. Engine is out for new rings.
Mr. Dan, get you a weighted socket and an impact gun. That's what I would do if I was you. Just like the bolts that don't break loose on these Hondas, the crank bolts. You talking about the crank bolt? Or did I just make up something?
Forester.
Yeah, crank bolt.
You said Honda.
No, I'm just saying, just like the Hondas that don't break loose, I get me a weighted socket and my good impact gun, I just boop, it comes right off. Another solution, Dan, is you can get a MAP gas. It burns hotter than propane. It's the yellow bottle. And just sit there and then heat on it, and put a lot of heat on the bolt, and then get your impact. Because the reason I'm saying impact, because you said the engine is already out the car. So if you try to torque on it with a wrench, the engine gonna be wanting to move all over the place, and it's gonna be very hard. Versus if the engine was already in the car, most of the time you can set up a breaker bar and lean it on the frame and bump over the starter, and the starter will create enough torque and it'll break itself loose. But you got to be careful doing that. I've never messed up doing it, but other people telling other people that trick, they may put it somewhere wrong and that thing go destroy your radiator or snatch a wiring harness or something. So you got to be very careful doing it that way.
Rusted horsepower 2012 Chevrolet Traverse P0420. How do you clean a catalytic converter with seafoam? You feed directly into the O2 sensor hole?
No, I run it as a fuel induction service, and what that'll do, I feed it directly. I let the vehicle suck it in through the brake booster line. That's normally what I do. And what it's actually doing, it's not necessarily cleaning your catalytic converter. It's doing good for the catalytic converter. It's breaking up some contaminants, but it doesn't not necessarily clean it. What it
I heard
absolutely
Cataclean is.
Yeah, I heard Cataclean is good, but what it's actually doing is cleaning up all the carbon soot and everything in your motors, cleaning up the intake. And a clean engine is a cleaner running and burning engine. So that's what it's doing. It'll clean up inside the engine, and in terms, your engine will pollute less, in terms, making the catalytic converter work less, if that makes sense. Also, you need to make sure you're up to speed on your spark plugs, because if your spark plugs are not firing properly, yes, the engine will still run, but if you got worn out spark plugs, they're not burning all that fuel, making the catalytic converter have to work harder to filter out the exhaust, for simple terms. So
okay. There's also a full tutorial on the channel. If you go to Alex the Car Doctor channel on YouTube, click videos, you're gonna have to scroll because it's a little old.
But I did a recent one, but I was very reckless with that, and that wasn't the correct way. I was just trying to prove a point, guys.
Go to the tutorial, honey, so you won't mess up your car. All right. The Lazy 3D says, do you have a preferred oil brand? Have you ever used the Blackstone oil sample testing?
No, I'm not familiar with that, to be honest with you. My preferred oil brand is Mobil 1. I'm just a sucker for Mobil 1, guys. I don't know why.
What you like about Mobil 1? Why? Because they got a race team?
No, it's because European cars, that's their preferred oil. And I like European cars.
That's the only reason.
Yeah. If European cars, BMW, use them. Next, I think would be I can't think.
Pennzoil.
I heard Royal Purple. Royal Purple, I've seen that do wonderful things, but I've never used it personally.
They don't sell it in the store, though.
No, I don't think they do. I haven't seen it in the store. Yeah. It's too expensive for my blood.
Right. Mobil 1 will take that answer.
Yeah.
It don't matter to me. Long as that thing got some viscosity.
You don't change.
You see what I did? That's how I rap.
Yeah.
Hey, I could change my own oil. I know how to do it. Put me to the test, Doc.
I will.
I could do it. Blazing Cyrus says, I got a quick question. I got a random, very sporadic P0430 code. 2015 Chrysler 200C. About 110 on the clock. I guess replace the O2 sensor, but maybe you have a thought.
P0430, that's a bank 2 catalytic converter code.
Let's see if you're right.
No, I am right. It's P0420, that's bank 1. P0430 is bank 2.
You smart or whatever.
So he's working with a Pentastar. The first thing I would do is, since we're on the discussion of fuel induction service, I'll perform a fuel induction service. And if you haven't changed your plugs, you're well overdue. You need to change them. And while you're back there, I always change the coils, because this is a 2015 and those coils will randomly go out, and you don't want the 3 under the intake to go out. So bare minimum, change the coils. I have had great success with the NGK coils. I used to, I still use the Duralast coil set. It comes in a big box and comes with all 6 of them. Very good value for your money. But I found that one Pentastar vehicle do not like the Duralast coils, and it's the Jeep Wrangler for some odd reason, because I've put these coils on other Pentastars, like the vehicles, the cars, and they've been just fine. Haven't had a comeback. But as soon as I put them on a dang on Wrangler, they come back left and right. burning up coils. So yeah, got to use quality coils on those Wranglers. You can get by with the cars.
So that's for the O2 sensor.
The O2 sensor is not gonna do that. Now, guys, I always tell my customers, guys and gals, these cars are very smart these days. They really take all the guesswork out of it. If that car had an issue with the oxygen sensor doing something funny, the car will pick it up saying oxygen sensor, something's going on with it. I can't think of a code right now. It'll throw an oxygen sensor code, and it'll be a downstream code. The downstream code is a quality control oxygen sensor. All it does is tells the computer, it's a tattletale. Hey, computer, this cat ain't doing good over here. Throw a light. I don't like the readings. The upstream oxygen sensor tells the computer, hey, computer, you dumping too much fuel, bro. You need to back off. Just like that. That's all it does. Oh, hey, you need more fuel, man. You're going too slow. This driver want to move. Dump some more fuel. We can do it. So that's all it's doing. It's trying to achieve perfect stoichio ratio, which is around 14 to 1 or something, 13 to 1, something like that.
I realize why you can't remember nothing else. I really realized that in this moment, and we've been married for a long time. Cause where do you keep all that in the brain? That's why you can't remember.
Guys, I got a cheat sheet back here. I'm just looking at my thing. There the Elsa, looking at the screen, looking at the wall.
Let me tell y'all something for real. Fun fact about Alex and Sean. He don't remember jack if it ain't got nothing to do with no car. I be like, I told you. He was like, no, you didn't say that. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna start recording our conversations because I know that I told you. But this is why, because his head is full of that stuff. Cams99 says hello to you, Cams. David says good evening, you two. Hey, David,
what's happening?
Drop me a comment. I definitely take a screenshot. I mean, we will if you're talking to us, Dan. Luis says, if you have a 2012 Wrangler with 217,000 miles and you are having a lifter tick, would you drive till you need an engine replacement or spend the money on changing the lifter in time?
Spend the money because if you keep driving it, yes, you will need an engine.
No, he's saying, that's what I'm saying. With that many miles, should he just replace the engine?
No, I've seen these Pentastars with 300,000-400,000 miles on them still purring like a kitten. These engines are very good, guys. Yes, I said good. Yes, they do have their issues, a ton of them, but if properly maintained, you can get up there in the 300,000-400,000 mile range. 217, that's low. Yeah, but hey, it's your car. If you want to change the engine,
it make you feel better.
Yeah, do what you do. But the bottom end of these motors, I don't think I've seen one throw a rod yet, which is pretty amazing. They're not like crazy, but I haven't seen a hole in the block yet. The bottom end of these motors are very stout. The only Achilles heel is the weak rockers. Like if they really would have beefed up the rockers, these would have been some great engines and put aluminum oil coolers from the get-go. Mm-hmm. Man, I wouldn't even see these cars in my shop.
Don't give them no idea. Jamel Love says, I'll take Buddy Love. They used to call me that when I was in grade school. But I know, remember, we already talked about this, Jamel. The first time you came on live, I said Buddy Love, and then you told me they used to call you that. That's why I call you Buddy Love, Dr. Love.
We just about, my wife. I know all y'all guys too. I know my family members.
Right, the ones that show up on every live, like Dan.
We know you, even if we haven't seen you in a long time. Right. My wife can spot you out.
I remember you, Buddy Love. Get all the ladies up there. Max Gonzalez says, check your inbox, please.
Yes.
He might be talking about Facebook, which you never own.
Oh, yeah. It's guys, for my Facebook people out there, I'm sorry. The Facebook inbox time gotten out of control. I probably got over 200-300 messages, and I can't keep up no more. So I apologize. My Instagram is maintained. I have no pending messages. I normally get to all my people on Instagram. It may take a day or two, but I will get to you.
I definitely know we focus more on the YouTube comments and the Instagram inboxes, but keeping up with all 4 platforms is a little bit hard.
TikTok done got out of hand.
And Facebook
done got out of hand. And it hurts me, guys. And I'm like, dang,
can't reach everybody.
I wanna talk to you all. And that's why I do these lives. And that's why I do these lives for Facebook. Added to the YouTube thing, because normally I be on YouTube. They get everything.
See, I saw you shaking it on your vid you posted today. I don't know. What I post today? I don't remember.
What did we do?
I don't know. Man, I'm like a little zombie. I just be post it, whatever. It don't have to be perfect. Jamel says, I understand. So the used engine is ready to go. What used engine? Lord have mercy. I'm gonna have to scroll back up. We done missed something. Shamar Williams says, growing mobile mechanic business. I have business insurance, but wondering if you've ran into legal situations with customers and their cars.
Yes.
Well, we sued a guy.
Yeah.
But have you ever messed up anybody's car?
No, surprisingly, no. I'm always very careful.
I will say this. If they're getting their own parts, I would make something saying, hey, you got your own parts, so there's no warranty labor. I would do that, but
as far as legal situations on my end that I've done to anybody, no, I've never ran into any issues. No, never ran into the issues. Even at my shop when my guys mess up something, because I've always take care of it. Right, no questions asked.
Yeah, so I would say just to cover yourself, like get on Chat GPT and have Alexa or whoever running the little robot over there type you up some kind of agreement. If you're doing, because a lot of people say, well, if you pump went out the box, can you do it again for free? It's like you can't, as a mobile mechanic, you can't really warranty it unless you're providing the parts. But if they're providing their own parts, then you cannot warranty that. That's one tidbit I would like to share with you as a mobile mechanic, because they'll order the stuff off carparts.com. You don't know where stuff came from. You put it on, don't worry. You still got to get paid for your time and your labor. So that's one thing. And then don't take PayPal, because
that's how I got messed up.
They don't cover, PayPal does not cover if a person cancels the transaction, which has happened to us.
Twice, I think.
And I don't know. I know once. I know we sued a guy once and won. But PayPal was like, yeah, I see all your evidence, but that's just not a service that we cover. So we can't make him give you the money back. So keep it at debit, credit,
worked all day.
cash out. Yeah, worked all day. So that's the advice, stuff that we've run into when he was a mobile mechanic.
And if you are providing parts, mark your parts up to cover any inconvenience on your end, because it's just a matter of time when something happens. It's not like nothing's gonna happen. It's going to happen. This stuff is man-made, machine-made, whatever you want to call it. This crap will fail.
I don't know what you're using, but I highly recommend Square, because Square takes the payments. Square also takes you can set appointments through there as well to help you keep up with your business. Also, all the customers who use Square as a transaction terminal automatically gets access to Afterpay, where the customer gets to split the payment in 4 when they're paying for repairs. And that's like a financing tool that you can offer for your business. So hopefully that tidbit helped you and get out there and make that money, because it's out there. Okay. Mechanic Joe says, you have a lot of experience in those lifter and cam issues. Much respect.
I appreciate you. Not my choice.
Somebody said, Dan says, try starting the car in neutral.
Yes, that's a good one, Dan. Good tip there, buddy. I wasn't thinking about that.
Lauren says, okay, I'll get the code and check back. Thank you so much.
No problem.
No problem. That's what we're here to do, is help you, girl.
Sneeze.
Got it?
See,
he don't feel good. I don't like it. Hi, John says, what are the most common gauges of wire on the average sedan?
Let's see. About 14, 10-ish, 14 gauge. What I've seen.
Roy says, the tie rod ugga on level 1 of my gun. I ran out of RM in the chat area room. Okay, I changed my axle last winter and had to remove the fork and outer tie rods. The tie rods on my ride is roughly 38 foot-pounds.
38 foot-pounds to the knuckle, I'm assuming, where the swivel part goes up into the knuckle. I'm assuming that's what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mechanic Joe says, opinion on timing chain versus timing belt driven engine as far as liability.
Reliability or liability?
I don't know. Liability. Breakdown?
Oh.
What you like?
Reliability, I'm assuming.
I don't know. What you think? Which one bad? Which one good?
Okay.
That's hard answer.
No, it's not. Here's the breakdown. Here's the breakdown. Oh.
One is the belt is easier to maintain.
Not necessarily.
Then a chain. Every chain I've seen, it's a beast to get to it.
Here's Alex the car doctor view on this situation. Now, you may ask if chain is much more robust and they can definitely make them last if they wanted to. We're talking about the good old days where chains really never fail like that. They can make them last. But for simplicity's sake, let me break it down. Timing belts, they pretty much use them for quieter operation. They don't make much noise. Yes, they have to be serviced more often. Timing chains will last a lot longer.
On some vehicles.
Yeah, definitely.
Not on the GM.
Well,
SUV lineup.
Yeah, they just that's another topic. Timing chains will last a lot longer and take somewhat more abuse. Should take more abuse in the long run.
Again, not on any GMC or Chevy SUV vehicle.
Yes, because of
the timing chain gonna go. Okay, period.
So that's my little quick take on
your Terrain, your Acadia, your Traverse.
I like timing chain.
Your Equinox. They all are trash. You heard it here live. Mrs. Cardock.
Why are you talking about those folks' cars?
Because it is what it is. I hate those cars. They hate timing chains, man. Dan Lerner said, how much is a cam?
It depends on which cam you're talking about, but I'm assuming the 3.6 Pentastar because that's all I work on.
About $400 or $500.
And the reason is so much because I use the milling brand. Yes, you can go online and go to eBay and Amazon and get all 4 cams, all lifters, all rockers
$25
for $400, and you're like, something not right. Why is it so cheap? $300-$400 for the whole kit, and yeah, I wouldn't trust that. I wouldn't put that on my car.
Like, people don't understand metal have grades too. You know what I'm saying? So
they cheaped out on something.
They're about $400 or $500 a cam. Jason Dyke says, "What's your opinion on not putting heat shields back on manifolds?"
My opinion on that: if the manufacturer put it on, it should go back on. The reason being, normally around those heat shields, you have very sensitive wires that's running real close to that, or vacuum hoses or some type of hose running real close to that exhaust or that hot spot. And it's the job of the heat shield to prevent excessive amount of heat from getting to that particular part or hose. And if you leave it off, yes, it'll probably be fine. But over time, wherever that exhaust is or hot spot is, it's going to start deteriorating plastic, deteriorating hoses. It could potentially cause a breakdown. That's the scientific of it. So yeah, it should go back on, but if it doesn't look like it's around anything important, and if it's your car, yeah, go by all means, take it off, leave it off. But if it's around something that's important, yeah, you may want to put that back on if it's your car.
Ben Jarvis says 2015 Chevy Tahoe, the shaking that idle one. Would a bad injector cause the shaking like that? I forgot to mention I had a P050D code pop up a few months ago.
What is that code?
Let me see.
I I rarely see injectors go bad on those LT engines. That should be the engine that's in that Tahoe. Should be a 5.3 direct injected LT engine. Let's see.
It's just a rough idling code.
Yeah. You having some other issue going on. It's just saying what?
It's just a rough idle.
You gotta go GM. We put GM.
Okay, let me see here.
Yeah, let's look into a Chevy.
Greater May. It's just a cold start rough idle.
Cold start rough. Basically, it's picking up a misfire. That's all that code is. Picking up misfire at a cold start. The injectors, I've never had one go bad on me, and I work on a lot of these LT engines. Not saying they don't go bad, but I haven't had one go bad yet at my shop. Now, I've seen a lot of people replace the injectors from a misdiagnostic, and that don't be the issue. These injectors are pretty robust, and they're very expensive because they're direct injectors, meaning they go straight down inside the cylinder head, and they're not port injected anymore.
Doris Burns Monroe says, I need a brake line. Are they easy to replace? My truck is from Wisconsin, I think WI stands for. And I think it's salt and snow rusted it out. 09 Chevy Tahoe.
I wouldn't just replace that one brake line. I would do all of them because, yes, you can replace that bad section, but normally what's going to happen is you fix one line, and the lines that you're shaking around and trying to mess with, trying to get to that particular line, it's going to end up destroying other lines. Or if it does, the repair be successful, that excess pressure, now that you're restored to the system, it's just going to go find the next weakest link. And messing around with brakes, you don't want to play games. I suggest do them all, or I'm not going to say that. I was going to say patch it up and let it be somebody else's problem. Don't do that.
No. They do that in Georgia. They move down here, sell somebody's car on top, look good, rust it out. But is it easy though for to do?
No,
easy job?
It's
especially if you're dealing with rust too. That makes the job harder too.
It's a pain in the butt. It's going to be expensive. There's no way around that, because most likely you're going to have to be custom bending lines, because the dealership is not going to sell nothing that, for that truck that old, especially a brake line assembly. And plus,
well, at least down here.
And with my experience with rusted out vehicles, every time I see one that's rusted real bad, the first thing I look at is brake lines. And I'll say a good 7 out of 10, all the brake lines has been replaced. They just don't replace one little section. And have the times I've seen section of brake lines been replaced, it's always in my shop to get the other brake lines done. That's how I'm speaking from experience at this point. So it's best not to play with it. Just get them all done. Even though this section may look good, it got hardly no rust damage. Just do it.
Right. Just do it. David says, I just did the 101st oil change on my wife's 05 Honda Accord.
Wow, you've been keeping
303,000 miles.
Amazing. Yes, those Accords gonna go.
That thing gonna have about it could get 1 million miles. I believe in it. Pack Leader 87 says, you sound like Cat Williams. We get that a lot. I don't hear it. I listen. I was like, let me see.
I look like Bone Thug.
They say you look like Busy Bone. You sound like Cat Williams. You sound like the ladies' man from the movie. We hear it all the time. So
didn't they say I look like the painter dude or something?
Bob Ross.
Didn't somebody say that?
When you put your afro out, you do. To me, now that's a good one. Gareth, I hope I said your name right. This dude is the truth. Before he got his garage, he was the mobile mechanic. He worked on my black Jaguar.
Wow, this must have been a long time ago. I'm trying to remember what black Jaguar. Well, it's good to hear from you again.
That's what's up, man. Good mobile mechanic days.
Man, he took it way back. I be forgetting I be having some of my old customers on Facebook. I just be forgetting about it.
It says Alex got some good things coming in the future because somebody right next to him is daydreaming about driving around in a nice truck soon.
Look, don't get her started, man. Listen, look,
I got things, okay? I need this YouTube to jump off and do what it needs, do what I know it can do. Okay? And if you see me with a chinchilla in July, don't worry about it. Just mind your business.
She talking about getting an Escalade.
Let me do, and I'm finna get an Escalade. And he gonna guess what he gonna do? Fix my lifters. He told me I can give me one of them Escalades. Fix my lifters, Alex. Let me ride in peace.
I'm gonna trick it out.
That's all I want. I know it need lifters.
That thing gonna be sounding like a monster when I'm finished.
I don't care. I won't.
I'm putting the LSA supercharger.
I'm not riding around in that prison van. I don't care what he say. I don't care what y'all say. Just give me an Escalade. That's all. That's all I want. Okay. He gonna get it. Watch, and I'm gonna make a video when he gets it. He gonna give me the Escalade. I don't care. Canyon Baker says, I'm a heavy duty diesel truck mechanic. For some reason, I want to move to the automotive side. Seems like auto pays less to definitely pay less.
Yes, it does.
You might want to stay on over there where you at.
He probably tired of all them, man, the turbos. I've been there, dude. I worked at UPS. And, man, working on tractors and medium duty trucks is sometimes no fun. Now it's like, you have to be in shape. Everything is huge. The tires is horrible. The brake drums are horrible. It's just everything is freaking huge and heavy. I'm like, oh, this is tearing my body up. Versus you go over to the car side, you pull off a wheel with one hand and bloop. I'm like, oh yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you could stay in diesel and still make good money by doing fleet work, but not so heavy stuff. Or if you come into automotive, only way you're gonna make some good money is fleet work at the UPS.
Or you own your own shop.
Or you own your own shop. And that's only sometimes. It depends. Well, it depends on how the week go.
Rusted Horsepower. Man, tell me where you come up with that name.
He said it's his channel name. Oh, look, I spy on channels now.
Yeah, we're about to take a look at that.
Putting that content
that sounds very interesting.
Get that content up. I love that. That'll make some good merch. Rusted Horsepower.
I'll buy something from that.
Yeah, I would.
Definitely.
GTA Disciple. Hey, Alex, the car doctor and lovely wife. I'm here.
Oh, so man, you great, man.
He said he got videos too. I'm finna check. Look at that. Dan gonna check. We all gonna be checking.
Yes, we all gonna check.
You better be happy I ain't got my second screen pulled up on this. I sure pull it up. Gonna check out your channel. Yes, man. Much success
Rusted Horsepower
to you. Make them videos.
I'm interested right now.
Make them videos. What's the difference between a MAP sensor and a MAF sensor?
Mass airflow detects the it detects the airflow that's coming into the engine, and the MAP sensor, it's so mediocre. I never really have to look into it.
Oh snap! Rusted Horsepower got a beard and everything. I'm finna go on and subscribe.
Man, for sure.
Bam! I'm in there. Okay.
MAP sensor. Let me look up the name. I forgot. I drew a blank. Guys, I'm sorry.
Are you misfiring? You want me to click the clicker? You got it so tucked in here. Alex check engine is clicking right now. You all right?
All I know, I haven't found it yet, but from what I can remember, it reads atmosphere pressure. It's like a pressure sensor, and the computer. Now I'm going off of memory at this point.
Let me look it up.
You look it up. It basically let the vehicle know where it is in elevation in the world. As you rise in elevation, the air gets thinner, and the vehicle have to do things with the fueling to make the vehicle continue to run good. And he uses the MAP sensor, if I remember correctly, to determine where the elevation is. If it's below sea level, the car will have to do different things.
Manifold absolute pressure.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I was right then. Oh,
You're smart.
Manifold absolute pressure. I just couldn't think of it right.
You're
what the maps now. I know what it does. I just couldn't think of the meaning, the manifold absolute pressure. So yeah, one sensor read atmospheric pressure, the other sensor read the incoming air to tell the computer what to do with the air and how much is coming in, so the car can add the appropriate amount of fuel to fuel to air ratio can be correctly.
Look at, hey man.
I like that beard, man.
Hey man, they look like they could be Alex Daddy for real, y'all. Look at that.
Hey, never know.
I like it. Well, we subscribe to you.
Rusted horsepower.
Horsepower.
That's a name.
He got a little ponytail and everything.
He got a ponytail.
Look like it to me.
I don't know.
I don't know that man. I don't know.
I'm
just messing with you. Wyland says, "Thank you. The car got hit recently, so that sounds like a good guess."
What?
With Wyland, I don't know. Forgot it's up there. Somebody giving me said, "Drink some ginger root juice." Where I can find that at? I need it real bad. I'm telling you, my throat is on fire. Okay, we over here trying to survive, but we committed because we came on the live anyway. Okay. We love y'all. That's why we do this.
We really do.
Dutch Boy says, "Hello, y'all. Do you recommend to replace power steering boots? They have ripped and split into two on my 07 ES350 with 169,000 miles. And what BMW would you recommend to purchase?"
All right, with the bellow boots, they're called bellow boots. They're the little accordion looking things that's attached to each end of your rack and pinion. And what it does is it keeps the dust and debris out of the rack and pinion sensitive bits, which keeps it out the seals. Yes, go ahead and replace the bellow boots if it's not leaking. If it looks like it's leaking, you're gonna have to you're gonna basically have to rebuild your rack and pinion. And at that point, no one rebuilds rack and pinions anymore. Not that I know of. It's just best to get a whole new one. But if it's dry up in there, if you can rip some of it back real good and look up in there and make sure it's nice and dry, yes, it's worth saving and putting new bellows in there. Most of the time, rack and pinion seals mess up because the bellows will bust open, they'll rip open, dust and debris get up in that seal, and it just start puking power steering fluid from the bellows. But I've also seen where the vehicle will still leak internally and the bellows will be closed and people don't know, like, hey, I keep having to add power steering fluid. I don't see where it's leaking from. It's not leaking. Check the bellows, because sometimes if you just slide back the bellows, it be retaining all that fluid. And sometimes it'll freak customers out. Turn the wheel real hard, and all of a sudden a big pool of power steering fluid will come out. That means the bellow has popped because it can no longer contain all that fluid. And it was just hiding fluid inside the bellows. BMW, I almost forgot. No opinion. Let's just keep it there.
You got to pay to play. Yes. Either way, the maintenance is going to be expensive.
Yeah. If you can afford a BMW, it's your choice, buddy. I'm not dogging BMW. I have nothing against them. I think they're great, fun little cars. They hold the road, but my mindset is not on that because I know I can't afford that. So that's why I have no opinion.
But most of the ones, you have to pay to play. Yes. Like they have it. One of them, Alex's sister car. She has an electronic water pump.
Yeah,
they have to be changed out. So things are not just like like they used to be anymore.
I like cheap European cars and like Volkswagens and things like that. I can kind of I can still kind of afford the parts on that.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I stay away from all of them, honestly. What's it? Stilo Loke says, "Love the grind."
Thank you, man. I'll be trying
what though? This content stuff is a really hard grind, and it's like everybody wants to do it, but nobody wants to put the work. Everybody wants to go viral, but you got to sit here and make video after video after video, hoping to get some people make videos and they get 10 views. Some people make videos and they getting 100 views. YouTube is hard, okay? But one day, I just keep focused on that one day. And for those of you who don't know, I shoot and edit and come up with most of.
Sometimes I shoot, and that's when you see me chopped off here talking.
Well, if Alex had chopped off, that he did that. Okay, I wasn't there, and I try to salvage it. But I shoot and edit 95% of all the videos, and I come up with probably about 60% of whatever we're gonna film on the fly, right on the fly. So, I appreciate you for appreciating the grind, because we really do work hard to get these videos up there. Alice the Car Doctor, you're absolutely right about the lifters ticking, and I will take my Dodge Durango in this weekend. Let us know how it turned out, man.
sure.
Let us know how many cams you had to replace, or if any. I'm gonna take 2 more guys, and then we gotta go to bed. Cause look, we need to take some NyQuil and just conk out.
I don't take medicine.
He don't. I do. I'm gonna take a shot of something, and I'm gonna try to find that ginger root.
I'm gonna drink me a couple of beers.
Nathaniel says, I got a question. Can you charge a car when the good car is turned off? Yes, you can charge a car when it's off.
Yeah, I mean, what?
I don't know. Maybe let me say, can
you mean charge the battery? Yeah, I do that all the time. I will leave the car hooked up, and I just put my charger on there and just charge it up. Yeah. I guess that answers your question. I'm not sure.
Joshua, you're going to be my last question. OEM or aftermarket?
Oh, it depends.
It depends, baby.
It really depends. Let's take Pentastar, for example. OEM is still giving you plastic oil coolers. Mm-hmm. Aftermarket is offering aluminum oil coolers. Mm-hmm. So whenever you have the opportunity to go metal over plastic OE stuff, you best go metal. It's been like that for decades. I remember we had a problem real bad with the 3800s. The elbows, the coolant elbows, were made out of plastic, and they'll just break. It was just a season. That's all I was doing, and I just start keeping the aluminum ones on me, and I go out and replace the aluminum ones and never see them again.
Mm-hmm. But then you got situations where, like again with the Pentastar, for example, the
thermostat.
Thank you. The thermostat keep going out with aftermarket, so we're getting getting it from the dealership to OEM.
And now they're on strike, and I've been having
we've been waiting 1 month.
Of mine.
1 month for
the Durango just been sitting up there.
Waiting 1 month for a thermostat, so they need to come to an agreement soon on this strike.
Because I'm tired of putting thermostats. This is like her third or fourth one.
OEM one. So, Dan subscribed to Rusted Horsepower. That's was it Rusted Horsepower? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. We gotta support each other. Says we got that one. We got Joshua says, my son's a new driver and we're looking for a used car. Do you have any go-to cars to look for or stay away from?
Yes, I have a long list. Let's talk about go-to cars. I'm going to leave Toyota and Honda out of
Why? You don't know what Joshua could probably afford a Honda Toyota is best for your child driver.
Well, okay. If you don't got Toyota Honda money or don't like the look of them.
But
I
feel like you perpetuating a false narrative. Like we didn't just look up Toyota and seen that it was pretty affordable.
Still, they may not like them.
Okay, I give you that. Go ahead. But I'm saying Honda is good. Toyota is good. If I didn't have him as my man and I'm getting a car for my daughter, the first thing I'm going to buy is a Honda.
And when my customers do that, I don't never see them again. Only for a little simple
So
stuff.
That's the true answer. But I feel like you're trying to include everybody. So I'm going to leave out Toyota and Honda. And I'm going to say, get a
Mitsubishi.
Okay, Mazda. That's a good choice.
But their lineup is I want to discuss the underrated cars here. Their lineup is pretty good.
That's like not picking a straight A student because they got straight A's and everybody like them. No, pick a straight A student. It's Honda and it's Toyota.
I hope that answers your question.
Stay away from. Don't get the child no stay
Nissans.
Away from Nissans.
Yeah, have a CVT nightmare.
Right, you may have, because even though we had a commenter here with a 235,000 mile Nissan Sentra, and his transmissions give him problems now. I've seen the transmission give a problem at a lot less lower mileage too.
Stay away from Chevy. They use a lot of plastic coolant parts.
Yes, and that new driver may try to drive while it's overheating or think it's overheating, mean it's hot outside, because we had a customer say that one time.
Oh, that was
and blow those head gaskets.
She was like, "Yeah, I seen the message. It said, engine hot." I thought it was just hot outside, so I just kept driving. I was like, oh man,
no.
The car only had like 60,000 miles on it or something crazy.
Right.
Brand new.
Brand new.
Pretty much brand new.
So I feel like I mean, we need to do a live when we actually car shopping, because
Yes.
I feel like we're not gonna say Toyota or Honda. Now, if you're going out to buy a brand new Toyota, yes, they're expensive, but you can get you a nice Corolla for the Lola.
I wouldn't get my first time drive or anything brand new, because what I would do, I told my daughter, if she take care of this 99 Jeep, I go out and get her something nice.
When she graduates.
Yes, because I don't know how she's gonna take care of this Jeep. If she filthy and just not caring about it and hitting curves, hitting everything she see, you think I'm gonna spend $40,000-$50,000 on a vehicle? Absolutely not. Versus the parents that go out and get something nice right away for their first time drivers. Man, that car look like it done been run through the Wrangler. They end up totaling it out, God forbid, not hurting themselves within only 3,000 miles on the car. I'm like, dang, you ain't even made it to your first oil change. What happened? Why your car? I seen that all at the dealership. It was just so heartbreaking. Cars leave out pristine, come back dent, scratches all. I'm like, whoa. Seem like they just got the dang on thing.
If you could get a Honda or Toyota for your child, I would preferably say Honda, because they're a little bit easier on the eyes. Toyotas are a little bit boring looking, and you know how
Hondas are nice looking.
Young kids tripping. So if you're thinking about something on the higher end, because we can't count your pockets, but if you got the money to spend $10-$15 on a nice little Honda, Toyota, good. If you spending $3,000, you can still go Honda or Toyota, $3,000 or $4,000.
Just be a little bit older.
If you like us, I believe in buying kids older cars. I would go for the 03 Nissan Maxima.
The 06 Nissans and under are wonderful.
Yeah.
Hands down. The 4-cylinder, the engines have always been good. Guys, Nissan engines has always been on point. For the most part. Sometimes they have timing chain issues, but for the most part, Nissan engines are great.
06 and under, before they start putting the CVT transmissions.
In 07, they started the CVT transmissions.
Right. So it depends on your pockets, Josh. If you got the money to swing it, to go and get him or your daughter or son, we say son, like a little nice Honda Accord or Honda Civic or something that's new, in a newer age, fine. But don't sleep on Mitsubishi and Mazda, like he said. And then also too, but if you like in the $3,000 to $5,000 range, still Honda, Toyota, still the same lineup, but you can also include the older Nissans in that as well. So I hopefully answer your question. But I just don't be like, you be leaving out Honda and Toyota like they not the best. Let's acknowledge.
They straight A.
Okay, get them the principal list award.
No, they doggone
get
nerds.
Get them their scholarship and let's go.
Nobody be looking at nerds until
yes, they do.
Look, they be looking at the nerds after everybody done went on in life. I'm like, I wonder what you call it doing.
They be somewhere living large.
They be like, damn, I remember he used to have the glasses and the little overalls. How he making all this and getting all this? I used to bully him.
But anyway, you guys, I hope that answered your question, Joshua, Mr. Jones. It's been a smooth hour and 27 minutes with you guys this Wednesday evening. We are going to turn in for the night. Want to thank everybody for stopping by.
Thank y'all so much. Out of y'all busy day, y'all choose to come watch Alex the Car Doctor. And that truly warms. Where's my heart?
On that side. It's right here.
That truly warms my heart.
What? It's down here.
Oh, that's my brain. Guys, I love it. I really do.
Yeah, we do. So we will see you again Sunday. We're going to probably have a little bit different scenery for the live.
Yeah,
because we're sitting in a camper right now and we have to drop it off at the dealership. So we're going to try to do the live in the house.
We try to run from our toddler. That girl is crazy.
So we're going to see how that goes. Now, if you see a kid fly past right quick, just know we have 5 kids. So we're going to give it a try because we don't want to leave y'all hanging. We want to stay consistent with the live sessions and get into y'all's questions. For now, that is all.
Yeah. Until next time, guys. Alex the Car Doctor out.
See you on the next one.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.